afternoon. Welcome to Nta Ibadan News Now. I am Charity Agu. Thank you for joining us. The Federal Executive Council has approved 117 billion naira contract for the construction of Oil and Gas Museum and Research Center at Oloibiri, Bayelsa State. Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Timipre Silva, announced this while briefing journalists after the meeting of the council presided over by President Muhammadu Buhari. Meanwhile, the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority says it has come to its attention that some retail outlets are demanding only cash payment from customers, thereby increasing the turnaround time at petrol stations. A statement from the authority said all oil marketing companies, including Moman, Dapman, NNPC, Retail and Ipman, have been directed to ensure the use of alternative means of payment such as POS for the sale of petroleum products. The authority assures the public of its commitment to ensuring seamless supply and distribution of petroleum products nationwide and encourages reports of any non-compliant outlets. Away from that, President Muhammadu Buhari has received the Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, Godwin Emefiele, in Aso Rock, Abuja. This is coming hours after the Supreme Court ruling stopping the February 10 deadline for the validity of 3 old Naira notes. A 7-man panel of the Supreme Court, led by Justice John Okoro, in an unanimous ruling granted the interim injunction after an ex-parte fight by Kogi, Kaduna and Zamfara state governments. The highest court also held that the federal government and the Apex Bank must not continue with the deadline pending the determination of the hearing on February 15th. Moving on, an end of an era and the beginning of a new journey. However, the drive remains attaining decent work for Nigerian workers and engaging government towards good governance. The new national president of the Nigerian Labour Congress, Joseph Ajaero, assured this at the NLC 13th National Delegates Conference in Abuja. Joseph Oten reports.
Forward ever, backwards never, in solidarity. A change in leadership for these members of the Nigerian Labour Congress will not in any way change the struggle for decent work. The Ayuba Waba-led executive hand over the baton to the NLC new leadership headed by Joseph Ajaero.
I will discharge my duties to the best of my ability.
We have demanded equity and fairness in the sharing of our nation's resources, more functional and accessible education system for our children, increasing access to high-quality Medicare, high-quality road infrastructure, increasing access to nutrition, and generally alleviating the factors that increase human well-being.
One of the most difficult, I can say, is basically this whole issue of the economy. The economy have not worked well for workers, especially those on fixed wages.
All 16 members of the new regime were elected unopposed, and speakers here believe in their wealth of experience and capacity to press home demands of the Nigerian worker.
Ensuring social justice is prioritized in national and global policy making, in development, cooperation and trade and investment agreements.
To defend Nigerian people, to defend Africa and Africans.
Make sure that our refineries work and we refine enough petroleum products for our national consumption. Then the West African market is the place where we can get additional revenue.
A leadership NLC that is more vocal, that is more result-oriented, not a lukewarm leadership.
The new era of 4 years is coming on board, few days to the 2023 general elections that will usher in new administration for Nigeria, which for many will be an opportunity for a fresh start at both levels. In Abuja, Joseph Oten, NTA News.
Meanwhile, President Muhammadu Buhari has congratulated Joe Ajaero on his emergence as the new president of the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC. The president also hails the National Executive Committee of the NLC on the success of the Congress that produced the new leadership after many years of hard work and struggles. The selflessness with which Ajaero dedicated himself today paid off. The president, in a statement signed by his senior special assistant, Garba Shehu, stated that his journey in the labor movement has been a remarkable one, marked by many important milestones. Ajaero's emergence from a rancor-free Congress was described as a mark of the strength of democracy in the nation's labor movement. President Buhari therefore expressed hope and desire that Ajaero will use the position to write a new chapter of progress for all workers and the labor movement in the country and the continent in general. While wishing the new executive a successful tenure, President Buhari congratulated Comrade Ayuba Waba for a successful completion of his tenure as the head of Nigerian workers, wishing him the best in his future undertakings. You are watching Nta Ibadan News now. We now pause for a message. The news continues after.
Hate speech is not a joke. It incites genocide and crimes against humanity. Most of Africa's civil wars are caused by hate speech from one tribe against another. We don't want it here. The Nigerian government stands firm against hate speech.
I was distressed to notice that some of the comments, especially in the social media, have crossed our national red lines by daring to question our collective existence as a nation. This is a step too far.
One nation bound in freedom, peace and unity.
Nigeria, one nation, one people.
This is a public service announcement brought to you by NTA.
Welcome back. It's good to know you're still there. Let's move on. The Nigerian Immigration Service is strengthening its workforce to ensure non-Nigerians do not participate in the 2023 elections with no fewer than 6,000 illegal documents, particularly voter cards, already seized across border commands. Victor Azu reports that the Controller General of Immigration gave the indication at a two-day retreat for zonal coordinators and all command controllers in readiness for total border security before, during, and after the general elections. Having a mental efforts to make the general elections free, fair, and devoid of violence in Oyo State has received a boost as security agencies are collaborating to ensure success. This was brought to the center stage on Nta Ibadan flagship program Discuss, where the acting public relations officer of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, Ayodele Bello, spoke extensively on election security.
I mean to sensitize the members of the public that cutting away with ballot boxes or stealing the beavers is no longer a sellable option, because when you do so, you have outrightly cancelled the election for that polling unit. Not like before. This time around, with our new amendment, there's no rerun. That polling unit has been cancelled. So where is going to be your take in coming to disrupt that process? That's one. That's why they need to be enlightened. And for we, the securities, we have agreed that there will be zero tolerance for such criminalities during this election. Yes, and by zero tolerance, I mean that it is an electoral offense. And when you commit an offense during that election and you are caught up by law, you are going to be made to face the full wrath of law.
Having a mental health legislation has been described as an important aspect of human existence to enhance a sane environment in the country. This came to the fore at the 2023 Jamila Abubakar Memorial Essay facilitated by Asido Foundation in Abuja. Mr. Shalawahid has the details.
Mental health has been described as a health issue that everyone must seek to address. Statistics reveal that 1 out of every 4 individuals in Nigeria suffer from mental health-related issues, which need concerted efforts to curb.
Mental health affects everybody, and there is no health without mental health. And how it is important not to stigmatize people with mental health.
President Asido Foundation Dr. Jubil Malik emphasized that the foundation is set towards creating a healthy society, stressing that mental illnesses are disorders of the brain that are treatable.
Encourage everybody to say no more shame, no more stigma. Let us all support mental health advocacy in Nigeria and beyond.
And we acknowledge the fact that we have so much of destitutes in the streets that can actually fare well on proper medical treatment, and that is the way to go, and that's what we're doing as a state.
Our experts in medicine, psychiatry and psychology can actually provide solutions whereby they can live a more decent life.
They should try, of course, take it as something that is part of life, and do whatever you can to encourage the child. That is not the end of life.
In memory of Jamila Awakar, whose legacy in the mental health advocacy is recognized, winners of the 2023 essay competition were awarded. Some individuals who have contributed to the success and achievement of the Asido Foundation were also recognized and tagged ambassador of the Asido Foundation. In Ibadan, Wahid, NTA News.
That's our take on the news this afternoon. More reports will come to you in our 7 p.m. bulletin. Up next is Iroyin Asikoyi with Yemisi Ajagun. Thank you for watching. Have a good afternoon.
Ọ̀rọ̀ ìkórìíra kì í ṣe ohun àwàdà. Ó lè fa ipa ẹ̀yàrùn àti ìwà jàgídíjàgan tó tako ẹ̀dá ènìyàn. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn ogun abẹ́lé ní Áfíríkà ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nípasẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ ìkórìíra láti ẹ̀yà kan sí òmíràn. A kò fẹ́ràn rẹ̀ níbí. Ìjọba orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà dúró ṣinṣin lódì sí ọ̀rọ̀ ìkórìíra.
Ní abẹ́ bó ti wù ó rí, a ò faramọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ ìkórìíra tàbí ìwà búburú ní pàtàkì tó bá lòdì sí òfin. Kò sí àríyànjiyàn pé ìgbésùnmọ̀mí fún ìyapa tó fi mọ́ bí ìwà àìsí ìṣọ̀kan láàrin ẹ̀yà sí ẹ̀yà àti ẹ̀sìn sí ẹ̀sìn ṣe ń peléke ló jẹ́ àtúbọ̀tán ọ̀rọ̀ ìkórìíra.
One nation bound in freedom, peace and unity.
Nàìjíríà, orílẹ̀-èdè kan, àwọn ènìyàn kan.
Ìkéde yìí wáyé láti iléeṣẹ́ móhùnmáwòrán àpapọ̀ NTA.
Ẹ káàsán, ìròyìn àsìkò yìí la mú wá fún orúkọ tèmi ní Yẹ́misí Ajagun. Ìgbìmọ̀ aláṣẹ ìjọba àpapọ̀ ti buwọ́lù bílíọ̀nù mẹ́tàdínnígba náírà fún àkànṣe ṣíṣe àgbékalẹ̀ ibùdó epo rọ̀bì àti afẹ́fẹ́ gáàsì nípínlẹ̀ Bayelsa. Mínísítà tó rí sí epo rọ̀bì ní olú ilẹ̀ wa Nàìjíríà, Timi Perseverance, ló kéde èyí lásìkò tó ń bá àwọn akọ̀ròyìn sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́yìn ìpàdé tí ó ṣe pẹ̀lú ìgbìmọ̀ náà tí ààrẹ Muhammadu Buhari léwájú. Rí àwọn tó ń ta epo pẹntiró ní ìròyìn fi yé wọn wípé níṣe ni àwọn igun àwọn ilé epo kan ń béèrè owó náírà lọ́wọ́ àwọn oníbàárà wọn, èyí tí kò jẹ́ kí wọ́n máa ta epo fún wọn, tó sì ń jẹ́ kí èrò tabua wà láwọn ibi tí wọ́n ti ń ta epo pẹntiró káàkiri. Ní báyìí, wọ́n ti ní kí àwọn ilé epo bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń gba owó lọ́wọ́ àwọn oníbàárà wọn láti pàṣẹ ẹ̀rọ POS kí èrò tó wà ní àwọn ilé epo kí ó bá lè dínkù. Ààrẹ Muhammadu Buhari ti gba àlejò gómìnà báǹkì àpapọ̀ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí Godwin Emefiele ní iléeṣẹ́ ààrẹ yìí tó wà ní Aso Rock nílùú Àbújá. Eléyìí ló wáyé lẹ́yìn wákàtí díẹ̀ tí ilé ẹjọ́ tó ga jùlọ nílẹ̀ yìí gbé ẹsẹ̀ lé ọjọ́ 10 oṣù kejì gẹ́gẹ́ bí gbèdéke fún ṣíṣe àmúlò owó ilẹ̀ wa àtijọ́. Ìjókòó ẹlẹ́ni méje náà ní ilé ẹjọ́ tó ga jùlọ ní adájọ́ John Kaduna àti Zamfara pé sí iwájú rẹ̀. Ìparí sáà kan ló pè fún ṣíṣọ lójú sáà mìíràn tó sì jẹ́ gbogbo eléyìí ló wà láti mú ìgbé ayé rọrùn fún àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ ilẹ̀ Nàìjíríà láti lè máa pe àkíyèsí ìjọba sí ìṣèjọba rere. Ààrẹ àpapọ̀ ẹgbẹ́ àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà tuntun Joseph Ajero ti fi ìdánilójú hàn lásìkò ìpàdé àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ jákèjádò ilẹ̀ Nàìjíríà ẹlẹ́kẹta irú èyí tó wáyé nílùú Àbújá. Akọ̀ròyìn wa jábọ̀ wípé àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ ló fi ìdánilójú wọn sí ìgbìmọ̀ tuntun wọn wọ̀nyí tí wọ́n sì ní àwọn yóò ṣe àtìlẹ́yìn fún un. Ààrẹ Muhammadu Buhari náà ti kí ààrẹ ẹgbẹ́ òṣìṣẹ́ tuntun náà kú oríire ìyànsípò rẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ààrẹ ẹgbẹ́ òṣìṣẹ́ nílẹ̀ yìí. Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Joe Ajero ni ó gba ipò ààrẹ tuntun báyìí lẹ́yìn ìpàdé ẹgbẹ́ náà tó wáyé nílùú Àbújá. Ààrẹ gbóríyìn fún ìgbìmọ̀ ẹgbẹ́ náà fún àṣeyọrí ìpàdé wọn èyí tí wọ́n ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ parí. Nínú àtẹ̀jáde tí olùdámọ̀ràn ààrẹ fún ìròyìn àti ìpolongo Garba Shehu fi síta, ààrẹ Buhari kí ààrẹ àná ẹgbẹ́ náà Ayuba Wabba kú oríire ìṣèjọba rere èyí tí ó ṣe tí ó gbé kalẹ̀. Bá ṣe ń tẹ̀síwájú, iléeṣẹ́ tó ń rí sí wíwọlé àti jíjáde lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí ti kìlọ̀ fún àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ rẹ̀ láti rí i pé àwọn tí kìí ṣe ọmọ orílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà kò ní kópa níbi ètò ìdìbò èyí tí ó ń bọ̀ lọ́nà, tí wọ́n sì ṣe àfihàn ìwé ìrìnnà tó tó 6,000 tí wọ́n ti gbẹ́sẹ̀ lé, pàápàá jùlọ káàdì ìdìbò alálòpẹ́ tí wọ́n rí gbà lẹ́nu ibodè káàkiri ilẹ̀ yìí. Akọ̀ròyìn wa jábọ̀ ìròyìn wípé ọ̀gá àgbà iléeṣẹ́ náà ló ṣíṣọ lójú ọ̀rọ̀ yìí lásìkò ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ lọ́jọ́ méjì tí wọ́n ṣe fún àwọn ọ̀gá-lọ́gàá lẹ́nu ilé-iṣẹ́ ọ̀hún. Bá a ṣe ń tẹ̀síwájú, láti lè jẹ́ kí ètò ìdìbò tó ń bọ̀ lọ́nà ó kẹ́sẹ̀ járí nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́, pàápàá jùlọ nípa ọ̀rọ̀ ètò ààbò. Àwọn onírúurú iléeṣẹ́ ètò ààbò ni wọ́n ti ń sowọ́pọ̀ láti jẹ́ kí eléyìí kó wá sí ìmúṣẹ. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ ohun tí wọ́n bá akọ̀ròyìn wa sọ.
Wọ́n ti fún wa ní ẹ̀kọ́ tó yè kúrò nípa ti ìdìbò tó ń bọ̀ yìí. Ká tó dìbò, nígbà tá a bá dìbò àtàsìkò tá a bá dìbò, àwọn nǹkan tó yẹ ká ṣe, ibi tó yẹ ká dúró àti àwọn nǹkan tó yẹ ká mọ̀.
Gbígbé òfin tó de ìlera ọpọlọ ni wọ́n ti ṣe àpèjúwe rẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ohun pàtàkì ní wíwà láàyè ọmọnìyàn fún àmúgbòòrò àwùjọ tó pé lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ ìròyìn akọ̀ròyìn wa Ṣọláwà yìí síwájú sí.
Ìpèníjà àrùn ọpọlọ ni wọ́n ti ṣàpèjúwe gẹ́gẹ́ bí ohun tí gbogbo èèyàn ní láti dojúkọ fún ọ̀nà àbáyọ. Ìwádìí fi hàn pé èèyàn kan nínú èèyàn 4 ló ní ọ̀kan tàbí òmíràn àrùn ọpọlọ lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà.
Ta tún sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ní wípé káwọn èèyàn kí wọ́n máa fi àwọn èèyàn tó ní ìṣòro tó jọmọ́ àrùn ọpọlọ wọ́n máa fi wọ́n ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́, kí wọ́n dẹ̀ má máa ta wọ́n dànù, wọ́n máa pè wọ́n lóríṣiríṣi orúkọ.
Ààrẹ ìpínlẹ̀ Àsídò Dr. Jubril Malik ṣàlàyé pé ìdásílẹ̀ Àsídò ló wáyé láti ní àwùjọ tó ní àlàáfíà pẹ̀lú àfikún pé àrùn ọpọlọ ní ìtọ́jú bíi àwọn àrùn mìíràn.
Ó lè ṣẹlẹ̀ sí kálukú, ó lè ṣẹlẹ̀ sí mi, ó lè ṣẹlẹ̀ sẹ́yìn náà tẹ́ ń gbọ́ wa ibikíbi tẹ́ bá wà, ó lè ṣẹlẹ̀ sí màlẹ́bí wa. So anybody tí ó bá ní àìsàn ọpọlọ, ó yẹ ká dúró tì wọ́n ni, ó yẹ ká ṣàánú wọn ni, ó yẹ ká ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́ ni, ó yẹ ká tètè gbé wọn lọ sí ilé ìtọ́jú tí wọ́n á fi rí ìtọ́jú gbà tí ara wọn ó fi yé.
Ìjọba jẹ àǹfààní àwọn akọ́ṣẹ́mọṣẹ́ oníṣègùn tó wà ní àwọn méjì tí a dárúkọ yìí a lè dín ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn èèyàn tí ó ní àrùn ọpọlọ tó ń rìn káàkiri ní àárín àwùjọ wa a lè dínkù.
ní ìrántí olóògbé Jẹ́mílà Abubakar wọ́n fún àwọn olùkópa nínú ìdíje tó wáyé nínú ọdún yìí ní ẹ̀bùn fún ìwúrí. Bákan náà ni wọ́n fún àwọn tí wọ́n gbárùkù ti àjọ àsídò ní àmì ẹ̀yẹ fún iṣẹ́ takuntakun. Ṣọlá Wahid ló ń jábọ̀ ròyìn fún iléeṣẹ́ NTA.
àríjù báyìí lọ lórí ìròyìn wa fún ọ̀sán yìí ẹ máa yáṣẹ́.